Well, there is a fight for parental rights in the state of Pennsylvania. A new bill is pushing back on child neglect laws that a lot of moms and dads think go way too far.
Chanley Painter is here with those details. Hey, Chanley.
Hey, good morning, team. So advocates say that this bill would protect parents from child neglect charges by limiting the definition of neglect. So the bill would, quote, establish common sense protections that provide families across the state the option to let their children engage in normal behavior, such as traveling to and from school, including walking, running, and bicycling, engaging in outdoor play, and being home alone for a reasonable amount of time. The first such law was actually passed in Utah in 2018, and since then, 10 other states have followed suit, including Texas, Oklahoma, Colorado, among others. And experts in favor of the bill are testifying before state lawmakers and committee, including a research professor of developmental psychology at Boston College. He's also the co-founder of Let Grow, Peter Gray. He testified that an independent childhood helps protect children against despair. He said this, quote, over the last 60 years, we've seen a gradual but overall huge decline in children's opportunities to play, roam, and generally engage in activities independent of adults. We've seen a gradual but overall huge increase in anxiety, depression, and suicide among young people. Lawmakers also heard stories like a mom who was placed on the child abuse registry for letting a 13-year-old babysit. But ultimately, this goal of the bill in Pennsylvania is clarifying that neglect is when a parent puts their child in obvious or serious danger, not anytime they simply just take their eyes off their child. Guys.
All right, Chanley.
Thank you, Chanley. That is such an interesting topic. I began babysitting at the age of 12. And if you start arresting moms for letting 13-year-olds babysit their kids, I mean, I'm going to go to jail, you guys, like right now.
And it might be kind of a relief. It's like, yeah. No, it's...
Yeah, you're saying I might enjoy going to jail?
Yeah, you get three hots and a cot, you don't have to deal with anything.
I will say, sometimes like, going to have babies feels like that. I'm like, yeah. I'm out, guys.
Yeah, it's like the video where dad says, whoever, doesn't, makes the biggest mess needs to go straight to bed, and then the mom throws everything on the floor and runs to bed. It's kind of amazing to think about because, the whole problem with raising children today is that it's the opposite of this. It's that they're not given greater responsibility at a younger age. That's the whole point of growing up, is you're supposed to have more responsibility at a younger age so that when you get older, you can, handle it. That's the whole point of growing up.
But there's been this takeover, hasn't there, Griff, of, these organized sports programs, even one, traveling sport. I mean, it's sort of like kids don't just go and do a pickup game. They don't go, explore in the woods behind their house. It's sort of like they're on their phone, or mom and dad are, chauffeuring them to some adult organized activity.
Yeah, well, and the fundamental problem here is you have basically the government telling you how to raise your kid.
That's right.
And there are, across many states, you've got these laws now that are allowing the police to arrest parents who, are just doing what they would normally do with their kids. We had a woman from Georgia, a mom, on the show last November, who literally got arrested for letting her 10-year-old walk a mile to a friend's house.
I remember that story.
She was outraged. Here's a little bit of what she had to say.
The reality is that as parents, we should have that autonomy, whether we want to wrap our kids in bubble wrap or whether we want to give our kids a little more freedom and autonomy. It should be our decision as parents and not the decision of some government authority who doesn't even know our kids or know our family. So I do think this conversation is very important because I am starting to realize that this has been happening for a long time and it's much more prevalent than I realize and than I think most people realize. So as parents, I think we should all be concerned about that.
And they traumatize that family, the mom, the children, by coming and arresting her in her home. Yeah. It was absolutely outrageous. So, yeah, parental rights matter, and it's a good point.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.